Chairman, we all know that there is a significant flow of firearms from the United States into the hands of these cartels. And I'm glad that Senator Durbin asked you all the question of what we can do to stop this flow, and most of which are coming from 4 states: Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas. And you all testified that, well, you really don't know what to do, that you kicked it off to the ATF, that they're supposed to be trying to stop the flow, the significant flow of firearms out from our country to Mexico. So that's your testimony, right? It's not your responsibility. It remains with ATF to figure this out? Anybody?
Yes.
You stay with the, that's not your responsibility. That's your testimony.
No, ma'am, that's not my testimony, ma'am. I'm sorry, just to correct.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, so at least on the piece of the.
What you can do?
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Stevens,
Yes, ma'am.
briefly?
So for us, we do see that as one of our responsibilities, and we're going to do that through the HSTFs, as that's one of the pillars of efforts that it refers to as it relates to that. So we're working and using our unique authorities to be able to work that together. So we are working hand in hand with them daily on operations as it relates to the outbound weapons.
Can you provide the information to this committee, what success that you are having in stopping the significant flow of firearms, and who are the people in our country who are selling these firearms? So I want to move on to the fact that you all work for agencies where we know that there is resources have been diverted from each of your agencies probably to engage in immigration enforcement. President Trump has made it clear that immigration enforcement is a priority for his regime. And to that end, for example, the FBI has reportedly been ordered to prioritize immigration, with some agencies being told to dedicate 1/3 of their time to immigration enforcement. So I would like to ask each of you, Mr. Allison, what percentage of DEA personnel, either through diversion of the hours of time that they're spending on immigration reform to bodies who are spending time, I mean, what percentage of DEA is going to immigration enforcement?
Ma'am, we don't really quantify it by percentages of people. I will tell you this, that the DEA's involvement in any type of immigration enforcement is focused and narrow in scope, and we are primarily focused on the narcotics trafficking that oftentimes.
So you don't know what percentage of DEA is going toward immigration enforcement?
I can only speak for the Los Angeles Field Division.
I'm sorry?
I can only speak for the Los Angeles Field Division of DEA. In my role.
I'm having some difficulty hearing you. So is it your testimony that you don't know?
I can't speak to that.
Okay. Thank you. The information I have is 25% of DEA is going to immigration reform. Mr. Stevens, what percentage of HSI is going toward immigration enforcement?
Thank you for your question, ma'am. I can't speak for the entirety of HSI. I can speak for my HSI El Paso field office. Each field office is unique and has its own major threats, and so the SACs have autonomy to be able to divert those resources, to be able to necessarily address immigration, drugs, whatever happens to be the major threats. I have human smuggling occurring in my offices daily, so I have a significant number of resources dedicated to what would be referred to as immigration enforcement.
And what percentage, what constitutes significant to you?
I have approximately 4 groups that are dedicated to working human smuggling investigations, which would be about 28 people in my El Paso office.
The information I have is that it is unclear as to what percentage, if we can talk about it in those terms. It would be helpful for us to know what kind of diversion of resources is happening toward immigration reform, as opposed to the law enforcement and the drug enforcement activities that you all are supposed to be engaged in. That in the case of HSI, it is that scores of agents have been reassigned, literally reassigned to immigration reform. FBI, Mr. Perez,
Ma'am,
what percentage of FBI resources are going toward immigration?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have an exact percentage. I
Enforcement?
can tell you that over the last several months that we've been involved in it, supporting our DHS counterparts, the number ebbs and flows from smaller to maybe surges at time or two. I will tell you, though, the success of what we're doing in the immigration front, when we first started, we've identified close to 800 predicated FBI subjects that were in violation of some type of immigration status. We've been able to leverage that tool, that partnership, to disrupt everything from terrorists to spies to gangs.
Excuse me, I am running out of time, but I just want to say that these are important questions for us to know because you all are supposed to be, you have your mission. One wonders that, for example, the information I have is that with regard to FBI, 45% of agents and 25 large field offices are working immigration full-time, 45%. So, and as for the ATF, 80% are working on immigration enforcement at least part of the time. So there's a significant diversion of resources toward immigration reform as opposed to the stuff that you all are supposed to be doing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Schmidt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and just to follow up with that, I hope you do more deportations. I hope you help find more